month, we're still chatting around learning challenges and things that are difficult. And let's chat through maths. It was my nightmare. In fact, when I told my parents that we were going to homeschool some 27 years ago, the first question my dad asked is, who's going to teach them maths? Because he knows exactly what I'm like with maths. Yet we've managed to get the 4 through, and one is studying engineering, and it had very little to do with my math skills, Shirley. And I think that's something that can boost other parents' confidence, is that we chose programs that supported us. So maybe you want to talk through the choosing of curriculum.
Yeah, I think many parents suffer from maths anxiety themselves. And my warning is to not pass on your hate of maths or your fear of maths to your children. Yeah. So you've got to go approach maths with a positive attitude. And I used to be friends with a high school maths teacher who used to give extra classes after school to kids who struggled. And she firmly believed that everybody can do maths. But once your confidence has gone, then I think that's a problem. And so in our homes, we've both chosen different maths curriculums, just to give us as the parents a guide that we're confident we're teaching our children what they need to learn. But because we're home educating, we could allow each child to progress through those curricula at their own pace. And as with anything, as long as you're making progress and you're mastering what you're learning, lesson by lesson, layer by layer, there shouldn't be a problem. So I think that's one of the plus sides of homeschooling and teaching maths as a homeschooling parent to your children, or helping them to learn it, is that you can let them go at their own pace and not let them get gaps or feel left behind or feel that they can't learn maths. It's really doable.
Yes. And then also, to include maths in whatever form you possibly can, that they can see that it applies to all life. So maths doesn't only happen when you're sitting at a table, doing the lesson and doing the sums. Maths happens in the kitchen when you are baking and when you're cooking and following a recipe. And maths happens when you're out grocery shopping, and maths happens when you're laying out your vegetable garden, or, just try and incorporate the idea that maths is part of life. I had more than one of my children say to me through the years growing up, why do I need this stuff? Why would I need to know that A plus B equals whatever it does? Because the fact is that how is it going to apply to them as a this or as a graphic designer? Whereas a child who's focused on chemistry or a mathematical career or computer science can clearly see that maths is something that will support their career. And I think I would just say to the parents is that if you have a child who is resistant to maths because they just don't click with it like I didn't, they might not be the mathematician or the scientist later on. They could be the dancer, they could be the poet, they could be the artist, they could be the nurse. But they will still need a level of maths, whether it is balancing their bank account or learning to work out a tip or doing their grocery shopping, whatever it is, everybody needs maths. And that is why we need to plod through those layers and just keep on going at your child's pace. So they don't have to say, oh, delightful, I'm so excited maths is here today. But just keep on going so that the kids are equipped for life, really.
Yeah. I often say to my kids, the ones who don't like maths, this is you building your character, because it's teaching you to persevere at something that you don't really like doing. And unfortunately, not all things we have to do in life are fun. So, here today, the lesson isn't actually maths. The lesson is doing my work with a good attitude or whatever.
Fantastic. 100%. Yeah, great stuff. Thanks, Jill.